Hey there, biology students. I cannot believe we have 1 day and 1 week left of distance learning. What a whirlwind. As we start our next unit, I would like to give you a few tips and a quick preview into the content you are learning. And also, I'd like you to think about some background ideas in this topic. We will be just touching the surface of the theory of evolution. So, as you dive into this idea, I want you to think about the kinds of things you already know about evolution, and then also think about how this connects to what you're learning in the textbook. And some ideas might be new, and some ideas might be things you already know, but now we can think about them in a different way. Um, when we study chapter 16, it's strange, we're going to be studying the last section first. And so you're just going to read, well, actually, the first page of chapter 16, and then move to the last section, which is section 4. And this section really highlights what do we know about evolution in terms of evidence? How do we know evolution really happened? Charles Darwin is famous for really coming up with the explanation for how evolution has happened. We'll learn about that too. And it's really important that we not only have this understanding of how living things have changed over time, really that concept of evolution, but the several different lines of evidence and how we know what we know. So tomorrow, I've formally assigned one video, but honestly, I really like the second video too. So if you have time, watch both. You're going to hear a thorough explanation for some of these lines of evidence. And then also please read in the textbook about these lines of evidence. And I highly suggest you take notes while you're doing that. The videos are in lieu or instead of actually having Mr. Rearman or myself go through those notes. There are notes available on the high school biology website. So feel free to reference those and use those. Then there's a chapter 16 reading guide to get you started, and you will turn that in next week. As we look ahead to the following week, let's switch my tabs there. Now, as we look ahead to the following week, I do want to point out a couple of quick things. One, we're going to actually have 2 online labs, one on Monday and one on Wednesday, and there will be lab assessments that go along with those, checking your progress. So as you do those labs, it's really important to be thinking about the bigger idea of evolution and how this these details and this evidence supports this idea of evolution. And then as we scroll down here, just looking ahead, on Thursday, there's an opportunity to attend a Zoom meeting again. And this will be our last Zoom meeting. So I would just love it if you would be willing to attend and show your face and share a little bit about what you know and how you're doing. And then our last exam will be on Friday, May 22nd. You can see that's the chapter 16 exam, again on Mastery Connect. But please note, there are only 2 sections of information you need to learn for chapter 16. So we're not doing the whole chapter. So after that, you've finished. If you've successfully learned the ideas and are passing with a 60% or higher. If that's not the case, I've outlined a couple of things, and there are a few things that you need to do so you do finish biology successfully. So if that pertains to you, you'll continue working May 26th through May 29th and maybe further. I don't know, it just depends on what we need. And there's a list of things on the week 8 biology calendar that we'll need to do to ensure that you finish successfully. I was just checking over my notes here. I think I have everything that I wanted to explain to you. So per usual, as you go along, if you would please send me a quick email I also have my Google Voice phone number that you can always call and ask questions. I know some kids just prefer to do that, and so I'll make sure that I put that in the stream message here when I post this video. But I'm really missing you guys. You've got this. It's crazy. We have just a week left, um, and then we've done it. We've finished the most bizarre trimester of my entire life. I'm assuming it's the most bizarre trimester of your life too. But per usual, reach out, ask questions if you need help. See you soon.